Alright, now we're going to try and start her up. If you hear the starter grind, the Bendix is not engaging the flywheel. That's something I do have to work on. So, here we go. I don't need to preheat it. Yep, see there, it's Bendix grinding. I need to yank that thing off and trim the teeth up. Okay, you've seen in the beginning of the video the issue I'm having with this starter and grinding when I go to start this tractor. So what I'm going to do today is take this all apart. I've got the wires off of the solenoid. Here's the hot wire. I started by disconnecting both batteries, of course, so everything's dead. Don't have to worry about that. Getting this bolts out, there's one bolt here, there's one bolt in the bottom, and there's one bolt in the back. There's, 3 bolts holds it on. We'll get that starter out. Once we get that out, ideally, I'm hoping that their teeth on the end of the Bendix are just like kind of rounded over. I can take a grinder with a fine disc on it and grind them to a little bit sharper point to where they'll re-engage better into the flywheel. I'm also going to look in there and see what's going on with the flywheel. I'm almost guaranteed that they're rounded over some. And if I can get in there and dress them up somehow, I'll try. I don't know how I could do it. I'd have to, file is the only thing I would have that maybe will get back in there and dress some of them teeth up. Like I say, it always stops on that one particular point. Once you get it past that point, then it'll engage and it'll start. So, I'm hoping it's setting at that point right now. Then while I'm in there, I'm also going to try and roll the engine over some and see if I can find the timing marks, because eventually I want to take this injector pump off, and I want to be able to find the timing marks to be able to do that whenever I get ready to do that in order to put new seals in this shaft and stuff. This is leaking. Mostly it's leaking right here. So anyway, that's what we're working on today. Just stick with us here and we'll get her apart. Okay, I've got the starter completely loose. It's just laying there. I'm working with one hand here trying to hold the camera in this. So we'll see if I can get it out of there without dropping the stupid thing. Let's see if I can set this. I need to set this somewhere. Where can I set you? Where can I set you? Where can I set you? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. And I'm just pulling the starter out, obviously. Or am I? What's going on here? Oh, I'm hitting this hydraulic line. Alright, I'm going to have to loosen this clamp on, bend this hydraulic line out of the way first. Okay, I had to take this clamp completely off in order to move this line back enough in order to get that, just to get that ear past it. But there, oh yeah, look at the flywheel there, all buggered up. Look at it there. Yeah, it's all ground. And again, I don't have anything that'll reach in there to grind that, dress them up with. So I'm going to have to, I hate having bifocals. I'm going to have to use a file, I guess, as best I can and try and dress them up a little bit. You see, I got sun shining in my eyes. I can't see very well. But it looks like up on here they're not so bad. Boy, down here in the middle, they're really flattened out. So going to have to do something with that. Here's the starter itself. The starter doesn't look too bad. I think I can grind them enough to put a taper back on them in order to get them to slide into the flywheel better. I can grind both sides of that and get a taper on that. So maybe just doing that will be enough to prevent that from dragging again like it's doing skipping. We're going to find out, I can tell you that. All right, here we go. Okay, I've spent the last couple minutes grinding on this Bendix gear, and I think I got a close enough system it should work. Taking the grinder, position like this, grinding a taper this way, and then using the back side of the disc and grinding a taper this way in order to put a point back on those teeth right there, so that they will. I'm trying not to get them too thin. I got a couple of them a little bit thin. I'm trying to keep a little bit of meat in the end there, but get enough of a taper on it, it'll slide into that ring gear without dragging and hanging up like it was before. So, and then just to push it around, I'm just taking a screwdriver. I had to hold the Bendix out, of course it's spring loaded, you know. Put a little screwdriver in here and put a bungee cord on it to hold it back, and then just move it around here as I grind them off. I'm touching the back here a little bit. That don't hurt nothing there. Just a little bit there. That don't hurt nothing. You can see they got a pretty good flat spot on here. I'm trying to get it narrowed down with a little bit of taper here and see if that'll help that engage that ring gear on that flywheel better. So I'll set you up here and you can watch me grind a couple of them. Okay, we got them ground off to a sharper point. Hopefully that'll engage better. This is a quick fix. This isn't the right way to do this, obviously. The right way is pull that flywheel out and fix those teeth in there and have a good Bendix gear on here and everything engages, and you know, that's the right way. But this is a quick fix. That, I'll be honest with you, should last a long time. There's still plenty of meat in these gear teeth back here, so I'm not too much worried about this thing breaking. I'm just trying to get it to engage better in the flywheel. So, there's that. Now, I'll get a file, get in that flywheel, see if I can clean some of them up. I'm not feeling real, like I'm going to be real successful with that, because being back in there, just the position of it and everything, trying to find, I'm not feeling all warm and fuzzy. I'm going to do much with that, but you know, it is what it is. Do at least try. So anyway, so that's our next step. Okay, I spun the flywheel the whole way around with a bar, and there's some pretty rough spots on that flywheel. So till I figure out how I can reach in there and grind that with something, which I'm only guessing like a Dremel tool or something like that, with a very small bit grinder on the end of it. I'm not sure what I would use just yet, but there's some pretty bad spots on that flywheel. The right way to do it is split the tractor, flip the flywheel ring around, put it back together, but that's a ton of work for right now. I'm going to hope that this will do it. Put the starter back in, that the Bendix will engage and we'll be fine. So, quick fix, but that's what we're going to try for right now. Okay, well there it is all back together. My battery went dead on me while I was putting everything back together, but there it is. Everything's connected, ground, all the bolts are in good and tight, clamp back on the hydraulic lines, everything's good shape, nothing's rubbing, touching anywhere that's pinched or nothing, doesn't look like it. So now I got the tractor plugged back in. The block's a little bit warm, so it should start right up pretty easy. So we'll see. Get my glove put back on here. A little cold out here today, so we'll see how she starts. Fuel on, key on. Oh, buddy. Ah, doggone it. There it is. Low pressure lights out. Preheat a little bit. There you go. Ah. Little heat, there it's smoothed right out. Well, I don't know what to say, whether I'm successful or not. The fact that it ground at one time there, I don't know. I'm going to say it's better than it was, but it ain't right, so it is what it is. Still perfectly good tractor that'll run and everything. It just isn't. That's very annoying when that grinds, that's all. So, we'll run it this way for a while, see what happens. That's it. Okay, thanks for watching.